Hello everyone. Good evening to everyone. Sorry for the delay, but thank you for incorporating me at this time.
We got delayed ourselves, so we got thrown out of that other place.
So myself, I am Dilip Kumar. I am basically a biomedical engineer. By qualification, I have done my BTech from NIT Raipur and then Masters from University of Strathclyde in Scotland, from University of Strathclyde, which is in Glasgow. And after that, I have been back to India and started my career in Ministry of Health in New Delhi, where I have been fortunate enough to understand the government system and the procurement part of medical devices for all the new aims which was coming up at that time. Now it is like 16 plus aims in India now. And then I am fortunate to go to UP to work there and strengthen the state with 75 district hospitals. And then I have been to Vizag because I am formed to this place because I have done my intermediate from Vikas Junior College, and then from Dr. Sharma I came to know about the vision what he had for AMTZ, which is our host institute, Andhra Pradesh MedTech Zone, which is located at near to the steel plant, spread into 270 acres of land, and it's one of its kind. It's a complete MedTech ecosystem. So today I want to talk about the incubation center which is located at AMTZ, which is AIC AMTZ Medi Valley. AIC is Atal Incubation Center, jointly funded by AMTZ as well as the Niti Aayog Atal Innovation Mission. So we have 68 plus incubation centers under Atal Innovation Mission. And one of them is AIC AMTZ Medi Valley, which is very specifically focused in medical technology startups. So uniquely we are placed at AMTZ, which is complete ecosystem, and we have this incubation center at a building called iHub, Innovation Hub in AMTZ, and where we incubate startups right from TRL 1 to TRL 9, which is technology readiness level. And also we have labs. One is a pre-compliance testing lab, which is on the same floor where we incubate startups, so that at any stage of the product development, they can access that lab, they can witness the test, and they can see how they can comply with the international standards. So these are the small setups we have, which shows the test methods of testing any medical devices. So also adjacent to this, we have two other labs, which are mechatronics and electronics lab. As you see, all the medical devices, if you have seen, it constitute of 60% majorly about electronics. So we have the electronics lab with the testing instruments, as well as the mechatronics lab where you can do the bench work. So these labs are placed at one place so that any startup can access and do their bench work or testing. So these labs are accredited by mainly the PCT. So the Bureau of Indian Standard is recognized, and I started in 2017, where we started to adopt the international standards, and we used to tweak some of the standards as per the environmental conditions of our country. So those were changes we have done, and we adopted the IEC ISO standards, and for materials we follow ASTM. And this is what the labs are. This is mechatronics, and that is electronics lab, and that is again the electronics lab view. This is, I think, co-working space of a startup, and this is the entrance area, and we have a conference room where any startup can access for their meetings. As I said, we are uniquely placed in the ecosystem where we share the common scientific facilities. So when they are at incubation stage, they are placed at Innovation Hub at Medivalley. And once they want to scale up or they want to do the rapid prototyping, we have bigger labs like Edit, if Edit is here, yeah, where the additive manufacturing happens. We have around 85 3D printers of different technologies. And also we have Center of Excellence for Additive Manufacturing where integration happens. So normally what till now we have established in 2018 the incubation center, and till now we have supported 65 plus medtech startups. Recently when as I was associated with AMTZ from the inception, from 2017, I was heading Technology Policy Department, where I was involved with Bureau of Indian Standards for formulation of standards of medical devices, and also the policies like product linked incentive for medical devices and medical device park scheme. Like AMTZ, there are 4 parks which are coming up in our country. This has been drafted in 2021 and handed over to Department of Pharma. So that's how I associated with the policy department with the AMTZ. And then in 2022, I got the opportunity or a challenge to incubate startups, understand them. So then after 6 months, what I understood, sir, we have good support from Government of India in terms of funding. But when you see on ground, actually, what kind of startups are there? How are they really successful? Are their idea is coming to the market? Is something which I realized because on papers there are numbers which doesn't justify if you see on ground. So. But when this kind of ecosystem is available, then also there are challenges because the startups are lost in this kind of ecosystem. But if an incubator focuses with, for example, one of the startup who come with an idea which I will share. This is our incubation team of 10 people. Who are the employees of Medivalley, and there are a big team of AMTZ who does different medical devices projects. These are some research outcomes. Even Medivalley is a R&D center for medical devices. It is DSIR recognized, Department of Scientific Industry and Research, under due to which we have pooled or grabbed around 32 crores of grant till now, and we are left with the recent one, the ICMR Center for Advanced Research, 50 CR, which we are supporting some of the startups who are working on the priority medical devices when it comes priority to as a nation, because we are import dependent around 90%. If we see maybe 10 years before, now it is like 75%. So the main objective of creating such parks is to boost indigenous manufacturing. That's how we have this large infrastructure and common scientific facilities to boost indigenous manufacturing in medical devices. So during COVID time, we are able to support our nation with 90% of its need requirement, which has been supplied from AMTZ, and those were ventilators, rapid diagnostic kits, and various other medical devices. So the first grant which we got under NITI Aayog was Atal Innovation Mission 10 CR, and then SDFC Parivartan grant was for the startup which makes a societal impact. ICMR Empride was a project where we have, because we have a good team who are having a good understanding of medical devices. They given a challenge to do hemodialysis machine indigenously and echocardiogram, which we have successfully done it under ICMR Empride. And DPID seed fund is something to support startups For seed fund is like 20 lakhs, and for these are some of the achievements. So one of the achievement during my tenure was getting the recognition of NABL, BIS and CDSU. This is the only lab which is having three regulators giving recognition. There is a big debate going on. Actually, BIS and CDSU follows NABL, so I don't think we need BIS. But still, these are the regulatory bodies which are there. We closely work with them because when Bureau of Indian Standards is there for many industries, but for medical devices it was new to them. So that's where we are part of it, and we are able to formulate the standards. And these are the achievements we have we have done. And this is what I was saying, you know, the success story of a medtech startup who came in June 2023 with an idea to create a oral cooling system for during the cancer therapy. So this is a mouthpiece which goes into the mouth during cancer therapy, where to avoid mucositis, because the radiation actually gives you too much ulcers, so that the patient can't eat. So this is one kind of innovation idea what he has brought to us. And then we identified if we have this kind of technology anywhere in the world, because if there is no predicative device, then the regulation is very strict. You have to do clinical trials which goes for like 2 years, 3 years, and clearance of ethics committee is something which is very challenging. But still, so that is where we found that there is a European company who does that, but the refrigeration system is different, and this guy's refrigeration system is different. So within 7 months, right from ideation to the product development, what you see is done in 7 months because of the support or the ecosystem we have. After this journey, we thought that we guide startup, medtech startups, that you focus on the product development with your good team, and other things like ethics committee, regulatory clearance, or mapping of standards, our team will take care, because we tag one nodal officer for them who understands everything. So by doing this, we are able to achieve this. So this is what we are following now. And recently they got the test license, due to which they can do testing in various hospitals in India. And being predicative device also, we have to test in Indian population. That's what regulator says. So they have started it, and soon they are getting a manufacturing license. So this is one of the journey which I want to tell, because medical devices regulations are so strict that, you know, if you see many of the companies from abroad, they find difficult to enter into India just because of the regulations. And this kind of support for Indian companies or the multinational companies, if they get the right channel or the guidance, then this is achievable, what I can mention here with this Canvas story. And these are the some events. Medivalley is a non-profit organization, and also have the permission to do CSR activities, because we have 80G and 12A, due to which we do artificial limb camps. So there was a company where was incubated in Medivalley. Now that entity has grown, and they have their own artificial limb center at AMTZ, and they got the grant, and there will be a hub coming up only focused to assistive technology under ICM. So these are the camps we did for prosthetics and orthotic limbs. And some of the startups has come up with the healing aids which we have distributed during these camps. And one of the good thing is the CPR training with what we did in our own campus. That is one of the example, or we can say we should focus on is CPR camps or training camps. So that girl who is our head EMC square, which is Events and Media Communication of AMTZ, she we conducted this training, and she went to one of the festival which is called Durga Puja, and she able to save one of the life. One of the old men got collapsed, and that's why she mentioned that due to that training she had saved one life. So that is how important it is. So even we started producing the mannequins. So Lateral is a company, is a multinational company which does and have good mannequins with good quality, which we are targeting to do at Medivalley, which they have achieved. And also the next target is to produce artificial external defibrillator, which is AED, automated external defibrillator, which is AED, to deploy in public places, which is very important. And at the same time, training is important. So those things we are taking care. And recently, Startup Runway USA is a collaboration what we did. So they visited us and they found that the ecosystem what we have is something unique, where they want to replicate that model. And as they share the same objective, so they were looking for a startup from India who can have the market access in US. So they are one of the partner who are taking care of giving the market access to their country. So this is what now presently we are 25,000 square feet incubation space. We are coming with a 1 lakh square feet space in by the next year, April next year. And these are the some programs along with AMTZ we did. We have WHO Innovation Collaborating Center at AMTZ, where this under this we focus on scaling up medical devices in underdeveloped countries. And so we have how we onboard startups. There are innovation calls which we run every year, or twice every year. And now we are coming with hackathons, which we are planning to do quarterly. So the recent one, which is we did with Geetam, which was Biomed Bharat. And the last day for the next hackathon 24 is March 15, which I have some of the flyers. If anyone interested, they can look into it. And also, as I said, we are specifically maintenance focused incubator, but we came up with a initiative which is called Innovation Passport. It is kind of a passport. What you see, it is look like a passport, but it is Innovation Passport for startups. So any startups who are registered under Atal Incubation Center or DPIIT or TIE, so they can have the access, or they can have the access of this passport. And the objective of this passport is to by using this, they can get access to any incubation center within this network. If they are traveling to Delhi, if there is you need a co-working space to spend time and do the work, you can take this iPassport and get the access. So that's the objective which we have recently launched. So I can take the questions now. Any medical technology specific I can do well, but other sector I can try. So over to you now.
How many incubations are already active in this under this passport? Whatever the program you are?
So as we are Atal Incubation Center, there are 68 plus. So in that network, whoever wants to get the access in their network, any Atal incubation center, so they can get the access to it. So only the eligibility is the startup should be incubated somewhere in Atal incubation center or DPIT registered startup or any startup from Thai group.
So ours is like, say for example, we have our and we have APIs. So we need to register for DPIIT.
No, then AMTC can, you are an incubator, right?
I mean, you mean to say AHAB and
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, right. So we can associate with you so that in your network, whoever startup is there, they can get the passport through you.
I'm talking about I myself a startup founder. So
Okay.
I have my startup.
So then you can reach to AHAB to get this I-passport.
Okay.
So they will give you the passport as per the eligibility,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you can get
Is there
access.
any commercials involved for this?
No, no commercials. Only eligibility is that you are incubated somewhere which falls in this network and we got the access. Yeah.
Regarding the COVID,
Yeah.
so you were telling that during COVID you could do some good work for the community. So could the NTZ have such a wonderful facility anticipate the pandemic?
No, I think we were not aware, but we were ready with the infrastructure. That's how we can cater to that much requirement of the country. So it was like a war room where everyone was working 24/7 in shifts.
So even you guys have caught off guard when the pandemic hit.
Sorry, come again.
Even the NTZ was caught off guard when the pandemic hit.
Everybody got
NTZ did anticipate.
Yes. So see, the objective of making this ecosystem was, to boost Make in India, and the plug and play manufacturing units were available, and the common scientific facilities which are required to these manufacturers. So in first phase we built. First phase was built in 342 days, very specifically in days. And then we dedicated in 2018 by conducting WHO Global Forum. And after that few years, after that we got a pandemic. And there were plug and play infrastructure available. So these manufacturers came and we supported through Government of India.
I think
Yeah.
if I can answer, nobody plans for peaks.
Yes.
Like even if you're talking post-COVID effect in the medical listing, because I'm associated with entire glove manufacturer from Malaysia. Now they're having a big glut in the market and they're struggling. They went into losses because at that time the requirement was so high that everybody started setting up glove manufacturing, especially Chinese. And the prices now, because the demand has again settled down. It's like now trying to make 100,000 oxygen concentrator. Who would buy it? So you don't plan for peaks, you plan for normal operations, and suddenly a peak would come.
Yeah, but we learned a lot from this pandemic, For example, India was never making zeolite, which is a sea used in oxygen concentrator. But now, after that, because there was a supply chain blockage, and then we learned that if we depended on other countries for this kind of component, we are gone. So that's how now we are making that sieve in AMTs. So those things were, we learned during that time, and we are now taking care of all those small things which have a big impact.
So can you help us understand under MTZ, I heard like different departments,
Yes.
different
Entities are there.
So can you list it out, or we have any link that
Yeah,
are
in
predefined?
official AMTC website you have. Even these entities are formed in such a way, they have their unique role, and that's how they complete as a ecosystem which we implemented. People talk about ecosystem, but action. So every company is different.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So AMTC is a different entity who is leading by MD and CEO Dr. Jitendra Sharma, and he is also executive chair of Kalam Institute, which which is a advising is done under KIST, because there should not be a conflict. There are manufacturers which AMTC is supporting, and Kalam Institute as a health technology is a policy advisor to Government of India. So AMTC can't advise them. So that's why we formed this entity. So in that way, there are different entities. There are two innovation arms, which is MediValley and BioValley, which are incubation centers. MediValley is purely on medical electronics, whereas BioValley is biologicals, biotechnology, in vitro diagnostics. And no one is doing the same thing.
Okay.
They are unique in their own place.
So, I mean, in the recent meet we had this.
Can we have this? Since Prapan has not come again, let everybody ask questions first and then we can go back to people and take the second question and third question.
Yeah.
One
I
question.
request everyone to ask only one question.
And once there is a chance, then
Anyone
I will
else?
ask more questions.
Yeah, please.
Did you come across any biomedical equipment that is related to genetic engineering, like any biomedical equipment needed to send the modified genes into the body?
I think we didn't focus on that as of working on it. So I think I can connect who can be the best people to answer. But yes, we are slowly, what we are doing is, we are not going as such directly to invent something new. We are just seeing if we are import dependent as a country. So we are focusing on those equipments first. For example, as I said, a hemodialysis machine and echocardiogram. So those were not manufactured. So we given priority and we pulled the money from Government of India and they given a technology to them. Now they are scaling up.
So it's BioValley which takes care of biotechnology and
Yes. Any other questions?
This is more a comment because we've been working with, I run an organization called Bhagavatam Charitable Trust, which is in rural areas.
Which charitable trust?
BCT, Bhagavatam Charitable Trust.
Okay, Bhagavatam.
So we work with the AHC on orthotics and prosthetics and hearing aids. So,
Okay.
So we've been quite happy with what's coming up with that.
Okay, thank you.
Just a comment.
Can you talk a little bit, Dilip, about your World Trade Center?
Yeah, so
All the details.
the recent add-up, yes, I did add that. That is something which is recently added to AMTC ecosystem, the World Trade Center for, I think in Vizag it's the only one. So there are different services which they are providing it. They have to start now. World Trade Centers in every state we have. So they are now coming together to list out the services what they are want to give. That's why we are not sure now what kind of services, but just to see how they can reduce the trade barriers. So we are already working with the Department of Industry Trade, which is DPIIT, and we have World Trade Center now. So these offices are all over the globe. So anything on the if you want to have a support on that any trade, then our team will take care of it. That's what I feel one of the services what they want to provide. But yes, we have a CEO for WTC also, which is led by Gautam. So I can connect for more information on that.
I believe there's also an exhibition center that's coming.
Yeah, that's we already built it. It's a Expo City, India Expo City. It's huge without any columns in between. The idea of making it is to hang MRI machines and CT scan machines from the ceiling. So if you have seen the Ola factory, they hang the components or the Ola bike itself from the column. But these are heavyweight machines, like MRI is like 3 ton, the magnets itself. So that's where in that concept this has been built in 150 days. Yeah. So I think you can visit the place, it's in Vizag, so
How large is this exhibition center? Expo center?
In square feet, I don't remember. It is like maybe 1.5 square feet, 1.5 lakh square feet. Yeah. Any questions?
Does anyone
So-
have any other questions?
Everything AMPZ is working on. The next pandemic seems to be mental health pandemic. Some prediction as well.
So
I
as
think that AMPZ is working on those lines, like we are working on the disability.
recently there is an institute which we have started, Mind Institute, focusing on mental health related innovations which can be brought, and also during this budget time, government also have sanctioned and focused on mental health. So there is a team who is working out recently. They have come up. So yes, we take mental health as a priority for country. Any startups who are into medtech here? Any ideas you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually working on Project Heart. It's a medtech startup. The basic problem which I have found is that the heart attacks, the major one, which are causing major deaths in globally, right? So the heart attacks, the first time heart attack, no one can prevent. In my opinion, I have searched in Google and all regarding to my research, but I'm working on the device. I want to make a device which can prevent the second time heart attack. And the use case which I'm working on is that we are placing stents right to the heart,
Yes.
heart patients.
Yes.
The stents which are put for the first time, and the patient is again coming for the second time stent, and the doctor is not able to identify what's the internal damage which occurs between the first stent and the second stent. The time period is not observed by the doctor, so there are major deaths due to the stents also. And I recently known about the Dilip is collaborating with AMPZ regarding lactic acid based stents.
Yes.
That's one thing. And another use case that I want to solve is that the people are dying of heart attacks, right? How can I increase the time period of occurring the heart attack? After heart attack, the person might survive for 1 minute or 50 seconds. It depends on person, right? How can I increase the time period immediate after heart attack? I'm also focusing on that. And at present, I'm on research about the gastric symptoms, which are quite similar to heart attack symptoms, right? Because I have some few old people who have suffered the same thing. So at present, I'm working on that.
So you are a student in
Yeah,
Business?
yeah, BTech Biotechnology, second year student.
BTech Biotechnology?
Yeah.
BTech Biotechnology?
Yes, yes.
So the first one you have told about Project Heart, right?
Yeah.
So is it only the idea or you have built something?
No, I'm not built anything. Just a startup idea I'm working on.
So why don't you participate in hackathon and take it to the next level? You know, there are good team or scientists who are working on artificial hearts also.
Okay.
So they are having a good expertise. So I think there are students who are coming to AMTZ and working on different projects. So in the same way, you also join them. So again,
Yeah, actually, my senior team they also collaborated with AMTZ. They are working on asthma device.
Mhm.
They are collaborating with AMTZ. They have the access and all. And
But what's
yeah.
your plan?
Yeah, my plan.
And where is the challenge you see?
Yes. Yes, I will participate in the hackathons and all, but I'm not yet to that level, right? The next solution and all, these are my next steps.
So you go with one project. What my suggestion is, like you mentioned about Project Heart, right? So you come and visit and discuss this. So wherever you find challenge, first rectify that, and then jump into the next project. So that's my suggestion. And you are in which semester?
Fourth semester.
Fourth semester. You have lots of time to complete your this thing, but at the same time, only thing is the challenge is the travel, right? From here to AMTC, if you want
Yeah,
to
no
work.
problem. My home is here, Streetnet only. I can.
Oh, then it's best. Then we can give you access to the labs. if you want. So you please visit and utilize it. It is open to everyone.
Yeah, presently I'm working on art, but before there is another startup which I have worked on. It's Project Vernacular. It's related to deaf and dumb people. I want to make a device which can have a pure communication channel between normal people like us and deaf and mute people. But the problem which I faced is in the solution design stage, the device which we are gonna make or we are thinking of was not that user friendly and feasibility was not there. So we just gave a pause, not the end.
No, did you connected to any design studio? We have one INDQ who actually works on the design part of medical devices. That's where you got failure, you're saying, right?
No, I am not connected with any of that one.
Oh, that.
What I'm saying is,
Yes, you're right.
huh?
You're right, so we can tell him to.
So see, so first complete one project. What I see is you are involved in so many projects, right? But what is your objective? You have a good team, or you are the only person who is working?
I am the only one.
Okay, so build good, connects through which you will get support. Focus on one project and then jump into the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your objective? You want to bring that as a product, or you just want to publish the paper and?
No, it's not about publishing. I want to bring a.
So you are welcome to come and work with them, our scientists. But focus on one and go one by one.
No, I am focusing on project art only.
So please come, please connect through our tie by side.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Since you brought up the hackathon, maybe we should.
So you should talk about that.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, there are two hackathons which are coming up. The last date, one is in vitro diagnostics, and the other one, the genetic area. So you can I can use the website. I think it is showing connected. I'll just try. So you have to go to AMTC website where it will come on, right? So you have a tab called Innovation Call. So under that Innovation Call, you have a different series of calls based on different thematic areas. So the recent one which you should look into is Hackathon 24, which was in my presentation. So that is the one, Hackathon Medical Technology, but it's not visible. We want to connect. It's connecting. So this is one of the channels through which we onboard startups. And the hackathon is something we used to do innovation call. Hackathon is something we come up with the problem statements. With Dilip we are doing, there are 5 problem statements in which 10 teams have participated. We are giving the prototype components, bill of materials, and they are building those devices. And now disconnected. So it's easy. When you go to AMTC website, there are many tabs under which one of the tabs is Innovation Call, under which you have this Hackathon 24, and there is a Google form link where you have to fill. And if you get selected, you will get a call, and then you can be in the final list for participation.
Deadline.
So deadline is 15th March, and the real hackathon will happen from 8th April to 12th April.
What's the 7th?
Sorry?
What's the 7th?
No, they have changed.
Changed?
Yeah. I'll just check. Maybe I'm wrong. sorry, under events it is coming up. Under events, innovation call, Hackathon 24. So these are two hackathons, as I said. One is for medical technology. The thematic areas are, here you can see, assistive technologies, medical electronics, and again in vitro diagnostics, medical glass, and medical materials. So these are the five thematic areas. The last date is 15th March, and duration of hackathon, sorry, it is from 4th April to 7th April.
You can say you selected here in the last all the 4 days on site, stay.
Yeah, stay is available. So we have a dormitory of capacity of 500 people to accommodate. So it's a air-conditioned dormitory. One room, 4 people can stay. It's free of cost, and also the food is available.
So what about the prototyping tools and all?
Yeah.
So that already we have in the, sorry, who was asking? Okay. So the tools we already have, because it is used in different facilities. So what we are doing, for example, with Biomed Bharat of Geetam and Vizag, which are conducting on 13th of March, we are doing a boot camp. So this team is coming up, and they will be presenting their proposals, and then we are open to the components. We will show them the components what they required and requested, and then they will visit the whole zone, and wherever they need their tools, we will bring and will be used on during the final days.
Consumables probably they have.
Yeah. So components we already purchased for them. So they only requested in their proposal, and we made it available. Now they just have to come. So which we are doing on 13th March.
Consumables is also taken care.
Yes, yes.
Can you share the boot camp date? You mentioned date.
Yeah, that is already done.
Already
So the
done.
last date was December. Now in March, this team coming together and building it. So the next hackathon. Okay. So this hackathon it's open now. So I was just giving an example of Geetam one, which we started with them first, and then this are with Thai Vizag. So 15 March is the last day. So if you once apply, then once you get selected, you will get the calls. What are the next steps? And the final day where this 4-day hackathon will happen, or 3 days, is from 4th April to 7th April. Thank you guys. I'm there. You can also connect through AHAB and Thai Vizag team. We'll be there, happy to support you. And for students, I think they can just visit the place. We are open to give access to the labs. Only through, if you can come through the channel, it will be very easy for us. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Dilip Kumar, for your wonderful insight. Now, this is open mic session. It's open for everyone. It's for you to use the opportunity to share your unique ideas with everyone. And however, I would like to encourage to maintain a cautious environment during this session and make everyone feel encouraged and supportive regarding their ideas. Does anyone have any startup ideas here?
I just want to give an idea. I missed the drone startup. I have seen that there was one drone startup who was about to participate. Is still there? So okay. So see. So I will just say about the idea. We have a cyclotron facility coming up in AMDZ, which will manufacture isotopes, which are used in during cancer therapy. So they need specialized logistics, because the shelf life of the isotope is only 6 hours or 4 hours. So I see this drone application because one of the Canadian company has come up with the drones which can carry these isotopes in an environment where isotopes can be carried from one place to different place. So that is something which a drone startup can try. I have met one of the startups from Gayatri Vidya Parisad. I think his application was in agriculture, but he has the capability to see how he can work on this application, which is to carry isotopes. So that is one thing. And another example I want to tell about the startups. See, the professors who are in these colleges. So there is a professor called Dr. Sanjay who is associated with AHAB. He is coming with a laparoscopy instrument, which is very nice. I mean, it's been only 4 or 5 months, and he has developed a prototype now. Only the next step is test license and manufacturing license, which we are applying.
You give him 20 lakhs, we give him 10 lakhs.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
So
Through seed fund, yes.
Yeah.
But the professor is having a good idea, and now
we have 2 startups.
Okay.
One is again on the smart IoT stuff. You're giving him the IoT, you're supporting him on the
laparoscopy instrument.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's in our so he
Yeah. So any professors who are here, then I think this is the platforms you should use to whatever the ideas you are having in your mind. Because this is something new. When we were in colleges, I don't think we had this kind of platforms. Now you have, so we can please use that. That's what my suggestion was. If you are near to the street plant, it is just 10 kilometers or 8 kilometers from the campus. Thank you.